Welcome everybody to Steve's Wrestling Ramble, and obviously we're having having that theme song of this episode for interesting reasons, so to speak. But first, before we get started, welcome to follow me on Twitter at WWE Podcast. I do try to tweet as much as I can, especially during pay-per-views. Mark, excuse me, Mark and Kyron know that. I'm always busy on there, whether other people are actually on there. Wink, wink, hint, hint. Interact. But I know I'm on there. But other people, if you want to join the conversation,
I need them back.
we have a big team, 10 or 12, in the chat conversation there during the pay-per-views. But Raw, SmackDown as well. I like to live tweet. So before we get started talking about Charlotte's situation and other things, let me introduce my amigos, my team members first. Let's welcome Mark of Mark Ramble TV.
What is going on, YouTube? What's going on, Steve? What's going on, Kyron? How you guys doing? Today has been completely hectic. I was not expecting to hear what I heard today, but I'm definitely going to jump on that the moment we start talking about it. But how you guys doing, guys?
Doing great.
Doing good. Kyron, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Great to be back on the podcast. Just like what Mark just said, I could not believe what I heard today, and I'm looking forward to talking about it.
Yeah, it was crazy finding out about it because I was in the middle actually of a work orientation when I got an alert on my phone, and then I come back home because it was just a couple hour thing. I come back home, race to my laptop and stuff, and to find out more information or when this happened and this and that. But crazy of another superstar, another celebrity in general, being a victim of this sort of thing, being phone being leaked, photos, disseminated on the internet. So I know Mark chomping at the bit to talk about this. I know he said in a tweet earlier today.
Yeah, I saw that tweet.
Yes, sir. That he was pissed off. And he has some thoughts on it. So I'm going to let him loose on his rant or talk or whatever he wants to speak of it. You have the floor, Mark Rambo. Speak your mind.
Okay. First of all, if you know you have something as personal as what quote unquote hackers on Charlotte's phone had on there, why would you do something as idiotic as put it up in the internet where you know there's no way you could put that down because everybody else is going to have that? It makes no sense. And for somebody in that caliber, let's just be honest with you, somebody in that caliber, honestly, I was starting to like Charlotte. I was really starting to like Charlotte. I still am starting to like Charlotte. But it's just, you never know what that could do to somebody's career. It makes no sense to do that. And what is the point of you doing it? So people could, talk about you or something like that. I mean, I don't know. It's just dumb. It's fucking stupid. I hate it. But it's so much I'm going to talk about when we get later on in the topic.
Oh, okay. Kyron, your thoughts?
I'm one of the people who feels a person's privacy is their privacy. And if you're one of those people who are going to hack into someone's phone or private pictures for anything, I have no respect for you. I don't care how attractive you may think they seem or how big of a fan you are of them. If you hack into someone else's private, because we all have done things, said things, or had certain things that are private to us. And you would hate it if someone hacked into your devices on anything you claim that's valuable or personal and just leaked it out to everyone else. That would legit piss you off. And the thing is, like I said, a person's privacy is a person's privacy. I hope it doesn't do anything terrible for Charlotte because Charlotte is, in my personal opinion, the best women's wrestler on the main roster. And just not her career, but her personal life, what this could do to her personal life too, it's terrible to think. And anyone who gets a sick kick out of these type of leaks, whether it's been Paige's leaks or even Charlotte now, so you need to re-examine yourself because something is wrong with you.
And you know what? Can I hop up on here again? Just 2 words for whoever leaked these pictures, because I saw them a couple hours ago. It's a lot of pictures. I got
Yeah,
2
me too.
words for the hacker. Fuck you. There's no reasoning of even having those pictures up. It makes no fucking sense. What is your point behind leaking these photos, especially with Paige? I'm not gonna lie. The Paige incident, I thought it was a little comedic. I thought it was funny. I was really immature at the time, and I thought maybe this was gonna be a one-time thing. I heard that the same person had Sasha Banks, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte. I heard they had all that, but they weren't going to do anything concerning the fact that WWE was, kind of taking action of it. And then they have the audacity to do something like leak Charlotte's photos. Really? Somebody of that caliber at this stage? What is your point? Just fuck off and leave. Just that really irritated me because it's highly disrespectful on Charlotte's behalf. Those are her personal photos. Those are something only she and somebody that she trusts, if possible. I don't know what happens. If only she could see those photos. That is an extreme slap in the face. I mean, that I would be pissed if I was Charlotte. I'm pissed right now.
And and this goes to anyone who hates Charlotte for any reason and could be glad that this happened because you know who you are if that's who you are. And I said the same thing about this when Roman Reigns got suspended last year. If your favorite wrestler or female wrestler was in the same position, you wouldn't feel the same way. So if you're gonna be happy because Charlotte, these pictures of Charlotte got leaked, I'm not gonna swear because I don't swear online, but screw you and screw your state of mind. And if you still have these pictures, no matter what, if anything happens to you and you get caught, I don't feel sorry for you or will have any sympathy for whatever happens to you. So just remember that
Preach.
you did this, and you could be destroying women's lives and careers, things they worked harder and put more mileage into than you probably have in anything in your life. You're sick pervert, you're sick bastard for one, and and I feel sorry for Charlotte and Paige and anyone else who this guy whose pictures that he has leaked. I don't have any problem with them taking pictures because you're an adult. You have the right to take pictures of yourself, especially if it's legal. But if you steal this and hack into that stuff, hacking their device, and then put it online, screw you.
Wow, I couldn't even say that better myself. I agree 100%. And those that are watching live, I see we have a couple of people watching us live. Welcome to share your thoughts on the Charlotte Flair situation, or just say hi, or if you have a question for us about anything, I will be sure to answer that, or one of us will take a look and answer that question or questions moving forward. We'll like the video and stuff like that. My thoughts, I agree with you guys 110%. I was saying I'm talking to with Jay earlier. And I'm kind of worried that it's not just one person, and heck, it might not even be a male. It could be a female that has hacking skills and doesn't like Charlotte or wants to do this to celebrities or whatever. So it doesn't. We don't. I know it's like a precursor of second nature to automatically say it's a male, and maybe in the end it is, and probably is. But I also want to a female or a team of females that could be the reason behind this too. So I don't want to. I don't want to gender stereotype either on the culprit of the situation, no matter how the way it's looking. But that's just my opinion. That's just how I roll, looking at everything in both sides of the story and both ways of thinking. I also wanted to share here, and I don't know, Kyron or Mark, if you've seen this tweet. I assume you have, but in case you haven't, or the ones watching live or archive haven't seen this yet, from Charlotte Flair herself at Miss Charlotte WWE. And I quote, private photos of mine were stolen and shared publicly without my consent. These images must be removed from the internet immediately. So that's the response from Miss Charlotte. Again, on Twitter at Miss Charlotte WWE. Response to the breaking news of today of the leaked photos. Yeah, it's just. And I was also saying, talking to WWE, that at some point it might just get to the point where all of them, all WWE women superstars, at some point will have photos hacked if they do have had photos like that on their phones or devices or whatever. Um, Either like I said, if this person, male or female, has their own sick determination to um, dispense this to the world on the internet, then I am afraid that it might get to that point. I don't want it to, and obviously, I feel bad for Charlotte. I did tweet my support to Charlotte, to her directly earlier today as well, as many of her fans have. I've seen. Um, they're certain that. So I just wanted to give my 2 cents, Kyron. I know you're waiting to speak. So welcome to give your response to my response.
Well, the way I see it is not just as a fan, I feel sorry for her. We got to remember, while these people are actors and athletes on screen, they're people off screen like we are. And it's the same way people may treat an actor, an actress, a singer, a rapper. Sure, we may look at that character on screen or when they're in the media, but who they are off, it could be a completely different person, both for the good or bad. And I think that as an athlete, as a fan of Charlotte, it pisses me off. But as a person, I think it pisses me off even more because this could be anybody. It just happened, and who knows? The fact that Charlotte's famous, that's how it got into limelight. But if it could just somebody minor who could, and they could take this in a terrible bad way to do things to themselves that could be devastating. Like I said, my prayers go out to Charlotte. Hopefully, this doesn't hurt her personally or professionally. Hopefully, she can move on, and everyone else can as well.
Yeah, I agree. Any other thoughts on it, Mark?
I've rest my case. I'm good.
All right, then let's talk about other things in WWE because we did have a pay-per-view that happened this past weekend on Sunday. WWE Payback was going on. I see Ronchi Mikey is joined. Is he here?
His microphone's off.
He's probably setting up. He'll be back.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna wait here until he's all set up and ready to go. I didn't even expect him to be here tonight from speaking with him earlier today. But not a bad thing. When he's ready, I'm gonna throw it to him, get his thoughts on the Charlotte Flair situation, his response to our opinions. I guess since I'm gonna throw it to him to talk about that, on it and moving forward. I don't. Obviously, she's not going to be punished by WWE. She's a victim of this, and hopefully, either WWE legal team or somehow somebody finds out whoever this poor female, and the greatest extent of the law on them, for the book at them and such like that, going from there. So I don't see that in an issue. What I do see maybe some jabroni fans in the live crowds that she's at for SmackDown live shows, whether taped or otherwise live events, maybe heckling her a little bit because that's what they do because they pay their ticket. They can say whatever they want, sort of thing. So, ready, I'll throw it to him, get his thoughts. I thought it looked like he was.
And you know,
like he was ready.
And it's just really, really sad. It's really sad, man. It just mentally, that'll mess you up, knowing that your body is all on the internet. It just hurts. I'm not in her shoes, but I'm sure it feels horrible. Same with Paige. She's hurt, and at the same time, she has videos online with her and all the other people that were in it. It's kind of sad.
For sure, it is. I mean, even for anything, whether it's our private DM to something, if somebody in our group that we have our team DM talk and wants to get back at me or get back at Mark or something or whatever, has a vendetta strong enough that pushes them to share something that maybe one of us didn't want us to be shared, whether it's our thoughts on somebody or this and that of a YouTuber or whatever is discussed privately in our talk, even though there is nothing like that is talked about, by the way. But anyways, I'm just saying that this person or people has that reasoning or whatever to do that, just like in the Page situation and other situation for other celebrities. I know there's a bit for from a couple of months ago, where 2% plus of celebrities' sex tapes and photos being leaked to the world.
Hey, can anyone hear me?
We can hear you.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going, man?
What's up, Mike?
Nothing much. Yeah, I just I was just listening to you guys for a little bit about the Charlotte situation. I didn't find out until like an hour and a half ago, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then yeah, I saw this happen. Overall, it's absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe another a superstar got hit with this hacking bullshit, and their personal photos, videos, whatever has come about to the whole fucking world. These people absolutely have no lives. They have nothing better to do. I feel bad for Charlotte because she's an awesome person. She's an incredible talent, and she does not need this right now. Nobody needs this. Yeah, I mean, it's just unfortunate. It's like a cycle now. What's happened with this superstar? Then jump to the next, jump to the next, jump to the next. I mean, does this person have a vendetta against the WWE and wants to just destroy them from within? I mean, I have no idea what this person's problem is. Obviously, it has to be the same person as last time. And what pisses me off the most, WWE nor anybody else, they don't have the fucking technology to find out who this person is. It's 2017. How the hell can nobody find out who this person is and track them down and stop this? And you know what? I'm ashamed of Apple of not having a better security because I have a fucking iPhone. And Jesus Christ, if I like to take a ping pong shot or any shot on my phone, is that shit going to be leaked as well? I mean, you know what I mean? This is a freaking multi-billion-dollar company who cannot have enough security around the world through their users. You know what I mean? This is amazing how fast this can be hacked in a blink of an eye. But overall, I seriously feel incredibly sad for Charlotte. And Jesus, even Rick, what's her father thinking about her daughter's pictures? You know what I mean? He's like, oh my God, my daughter's pictures are leaked upon the whole entire world for them to see. And these fucking sick bastards are going to be taking those pictures and doing something really terrible with them. And as a father, what's on his mind? You know what I mean? But Charlotte must be devastated. It's going to be incredibly hard for her to go back to work with this on her conscience. But yeah, it's just absolutely terrible. I feel sorry for her, and I hope once and for all they get this fucking bastard, because this shit should have stopped by the time Paige's shit got leaked, and I cannot believe it's continuing. This is absolutely ridiculous, and I hope this fucker gets everything what he deserves. Karma's a bitch. Remember that.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Couldn't say it better.
Yeah, I could say it myself as well. But I wanted to ask everybody, including Michael that now joined us. First, actually, a two-part question. First, do you think probably it is a guy? Like I was saying in my response, it could be a female. So do you think if it's a male or female that did it? And do you think it was more than one person in these hacks? Like I said, we're probably going to be getting more out. I know there was rumors of Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, and pretty much the whole roster of WWE women with leaks. So first, we'll start with Mark Rambo. First, do you think it's male or female? And do you think it's a team or one person?
Oh, well, it's obvious that it's a male because I don't think a female would be that petty to another female. There are some sick fucks that are females. I mean, that are males, my bad. And I think it's more than one person because there's no way in hell you have that much time to literally hack everybody's phone and get all of those pictures. I feel like it's more than one person. And they're doing it probably as we speak. I mean, just if you could do something like that easy, two things is wrong. Apple, like Mike said, it is completely, they need to work on something. And two, they just don't have any lives. It's just there's no way you could do that, man. I'm still stuck on that. That shit really has me completely. I'm annoyed right now, but at the same time I'm irritated. I don't know. I feel like it's definitely more than one person though.
Okay, Kieran, same question to you. Do you think it's a male or female? And do you think one person or a group?
I think this is a male. And it has to be a group because, like Mark said, no way can one person have this much time on their hands. If it is one person, well,
He's a sick fuck.
You're sick, and you go to some great lengths to get naked pictures of women. You're a sick person. If you want naked pictures of women, you can go to a Playboy or porn site for that. But hacking
Man, let's just be honest.
hacking somebody's private phone, that breaks a human code. That if I'm not a fighter, and trust me, I'm only 17. But if I saw this person, I probably want to slap him upside the head. I think it's more than one person, because no one person can have that much type of time on their hands. If they do, well, you got to get a life, get a hobby, or do something. And I do think it's probably a group of men.
That will make sense. Some sick fuck inside of a basement. That's what I see it.
Sick freaks.
Yeah, I see that.
I can picture that. Anyways, Michael, if you're still here, same question again to you: male or female? Do you think it's one person or a team?
Personally, in my 26 years of living, the majority of hackers that I've seen on big news or whatnot has been males. To my recent knowledge, I've never seen a woman hacker in a big event. And I believe it's absolutely a group of people, because if you know, with these big hacking news, there's always a group of people. For example, they didn't do leaks of porno videos or nudes, but there was a group about a year ago called the Lizard Squad, and they hacked PlayStation Network, they hacked Microsoft Live, and these are a group of guys, and they're always a group of people, and for them to decrypt these codes of these phones and everything, there's absolutely no way for this to be one guy with all this pure knowledge. They have to go through different encryptions, especially think about this. Apple, how many people do they have under their wing? There's not going to be one guy. This is a whole organization of people decrypting these codes, hacking into all these different phones. So it's definitely a male group, definitely.
And if you think about it, I mean, it all started, if you guys remember this, I remember because I just heard it on the news. I remember when it was the model, if you've heard of her, Kate Upton, she was hacked a couple of years ago, and it was from Apple. Her videos and pictures were all on iCloud. Somebody hacked into there, and I feel like that's when the wave just started, to be honest with you.
Oh man, dude, I exactly, Mark, dude. It was called, it's ridiculous. It was called the Fappening. It was
I heard of that.
It was like a day, 2 days long. It was called the Fappening. They had Kate Upton. They had oh my God, they had all the Emma. There you go, Emma Watson. They had the biggest celebrities. Now they recently had the girl from Game of Thrones. These guys, man, I don't. This is right here. They hacked all these iPhones. I do not understand. You know what? To be perfectly honest, instead of going after these hackers for now, everyone should go after Apple, just to get their shit straight. Seriously, I mean, this is getting borderline ridiculous. Seriously, nobody here is safe. Nobody here is fucking safe with their content. Think about it. If you took now in day and age, when you get a paycheck, like myself, I get a paycheck from work. I take my iPhone and I deposit it through my iPhone through Chase. Imagine that right there. If they can hack all these pictures, leaked nudes, what's gonna change of them fucking hacking my phone and taking all my bank information?
Exactly.
Apple really needs to step up right now, because this is just getting on borderline ridiculous.
I guess with this craziness, I guess I don't have a smartphone yet. I have my slide phone here, but
that's what I'm gonna go back to.
But no, same thing. Like I said, it's a bad reality that probably by the end of 2017, if this is a whole team thing of guys or gals, and it seems like we're all most on the consensus that it's males, that most of the roster of WWE or just celebrities in general, whatever, that by the end of this calendar year or the wrestling calendar year, that most of them will be hacked if they do have said photos or videos or whatnot. That they'll be showing that maybe they already have this information. Maybe they already did this in a one or not one time, but month setting, targeting the female superstars of WWE, and they have that. Then they went to TNA knockouts and this and that, and they already have this. But to slowly dispense, they or have these leaks happen every few months or weeks or whatever for themselves. Had to be talked about, even though obviously they're anonymous. But either way, you know what I mean? That they're just holding on to the information and waiting to dispense each person. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I would assume that, especially in quick fast, and how much of these leaks have been happening, and especially with I know Summer Rae and Alexa Bliss already online. There were supposed leaked nude photos of them, but those were fake or found out to be fake in that situation. But maybe that's just the hacker playing games with them. I don't know, stupid shit like that. But either way, it annoys me to no end, and it's just hopefully Apple can get their shit straight and get their security better and uptight and start addressing and get on that because like I said, you know, people can hack for other reasons and to get other information, whether it's credit card information, family information, your address, this and that, whatever else that are trying to get a hold of and wanting a part. That if these phones, these supposedly smartphones, not being so smart, not being secured as much as they should be, are able to be hacked, then in itself is unfortunate. So I guess before we actually do move on to Payback and wrestling, any final closing thoughts on the situation and on the topic as in a
Uh,
check?
yeah, two things. One, like I said before, I don't care how much you find a woman attractive. Do not hack into that phone. Like, I mean, I find Charlotte attractive in all honesty. I would not. I don't. But don't go to that length. And two, Mike said how we shouldn't be going at while we should be going after the person that did it. We should also be going after Apple. Apple does not care about this stuff. The big businesses they don't give a damn. They could really do anything else. They like.
That's
Do you
really
think,
unfortunate.
like, do you really think that? So, like, I'm not gonna try to stereotype, but do you really think with all they have going on, they're releasing new phones, new new gadgets and new devices that they're gonna be worried about a few women having their phones hacked into? It's terrible, but they half of them don't care. They got they in their eyes they have better things and more important things to do than to worry about some people getting their phones hacked into, which is terrible, but it's true.
Well, the last time the fappening happened, Apple did a huge statement on their website saying that they were sorry for this happening. The security's going to be bumped up and this won't happen again. But now it fucking happened again. So they made a statement last time, and WWE being a multi-million-dollar company with all this shit happening, they should, regardless if they don't give a fuck, regardless, they should make a statement and work at this to make it better.
They're not even doing anything, too. That's the worst part. I mean, with Paige, you would think, okay, maybe they'll step in, see what happens, at least give some effort. But they left Paige high and dry. I mean, she was completely exposed, if you think about it. Now Charlotte is up next, a situation with her right now. I mean, at this point, with Charlotte being Charlotte, where she's at right now, they have to do something. They have no other choice but to do something. Because if they don't, they're gonna get looked at completely differently. I mean, they're gonna, a lot of people are gonna start getting pissed at them because here you are, two innocent, hardworking females, one of the top talent in the roster, getting exposed like that. I mean, come on, what are you gonna do now? You have to do something. You just have no other choice.
The thing is, WWE, like you said it best, Mark, they gotta do something now because with Paige, I think they would just let it, calm down and they weren't gonna worry about it. One, because Paige is kind of not in good terms with the company right now. But with Charlotte, she's probably the biggest female star in the company. She's the daughter of one of the biggest legends of all time. But at the same time, I don't know if they will do anything. Think about it. This is a company who knew for years that JBL was actively bullying people, and it took for one of the best announcers and right now to literally quit because of said bullying. WWE has always been a company, when it comes to scandal, they rather push it under the rug than really do something about it. I would hope they do something about this, but I really don't think they will.
I never know, man.
Well, I certainly hope they do for sure. But anyways, let's move on. Talk wrestling. Talk pay-per-view. WWE Payback. We did have a pay-per-view going on Sunday, the end of my birthday week. It was a great week, but all things must come to an end, and it came and in a good way. I had a good pay-per-view. I think the event in totality was pretty good from start to finish. But we'll start at the start of the show with the pre-show kickoff match, Enzo and Big Cass defeating the Club of Gallows and Carl Anderson there. So I guess get you guys' thoughts on that match. Whoever wants to go first.
I didn't watch the match. I didn't care. I don't watch. I usually don't watch, and that's not even a joke. I did not care. I was out playing basketball. I don't usually watch pre-show matches. One, because I don't really think they're worth it unless it's a match I really want to see or I'm at the event. This match wasn't even for a title, like I said in the prediction podcast. It had no meaning to it. I didn't watch it, to be honest. I found out Enzo and Cass won, like I said, was going to happen because 50-50 booking. But you could have skipped out on that match and you wouldn't have missed a thing. So I didn't watch it.
Okay, Mark.
You know, this is what I'm gonna say. This is for me. I don't know what the hell they have booking wise, planning. I like Enzo and Cass. I love what they do, but let's just be real. I mean, when are Gallows and Anderson literally gonna get the run that they deserve? There's just no way in hell. I mean, let's think about this. They were over in New Japan. They were looked at as gods, you know, Bullet Club, Too Sweet Me, bro, you know, all the good stuff. They come here. I knew something was going to be bad. I mean, I knew everything was going to go down when their song changed. It just didn't feel right, you know. This is just my opinion. They get the titles. It is not even as close to as long as I expected. It's just their characters aren't the same. It's not the same vibe. You have AJ Styles, you have Finn Balor, you have Gallows and Anderson. You could do something with that, but they just choose not to. The tag team, they could literally. This is what I think in Raw. The actual true competitive tag teams are Sheamus, Cesaro, Hardy Boys, and Gallows and Anderson. You know, Enzo is not really a wrestler. Let's just be real. Cass is the only person in that tag team who could actually do something. I feel like later on he's going to become a pretty big role. But where are they actually going to get their legitimate run? I was so pissed off looking at that match. It's just like a crowd favorite wins. I don't know, man. It was just really dumb. I didn't really enjoy it because that's where I got to the point where it wasn't even exciting for me to watch it anymore. Enzo was kind of pissing me off. He's funny as hell, but he's just like I don't know. He's like a fly. He can never get away from you. He's irritating sometimes. But I don't know. It was all right. I didn't enjoy it as much, but it was okay. It was a good start to Payback, though.
All right, Michael, with your thoughts?
I didn't watch the pay-per-view, so you guys take this.
All right. Now next up, Finn Balor on Miz TV with the Miz. There, get you guys' thoughts on that, Kyron.
Like I said, I missed most of the pre-show, but I did catch the last few minutes of this segment. And from what I saw, I was kind of right on what I said. Finn basically saying he's gonna go at the Universal title, and Balor versus Lesnar. You know, the Beast versus the Demon. I can see that working, but at the same time, I don't know. Miz being a Miz, but I only caught the last maybe 3 minutes of the segment. So all I saw was Finn saying he would get the title back. And then Miz, him and Miz tried to attack him, but put a Maurice in front of him. Then after that, Finn just fought him off. And I thought that was going to start a feud between the two, but as we saw on Raw, the feud I wanted more. Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt is what's going to happen. And, you know, I'm actually happy about that. I'm excited for that feud.
Mark?
I enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool how they did it. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter like who the guest is. Miz TV has always been intriguing in a way that the Miz one is just perfect on the mic. You gotta give the man his props. What he does on that mic is just unbelievable. And he always adds something, you know, he brings like this I don't know, this X factor about a whole segment. And I thought it was cool how they put Finn on the show for starts because, you know, he's coming back from injury. It's kind of cool to see him go head to head with somebody else who was considered a top talent, but unfortunately they didn't actually wrestle there. But it was just cool to see how they did it. I thought the segment was cool. There's nothing much to really describe. I thought it was nice to watch.
Yeah, so it was interesting. Let's move on to the United States Championship match. Chris Jericho against Kevin Owens. Jericho getting the win. I guess I'll go first. Surprised that he got the win. Like, why even have him win the title unless you just wanted Jericho over on SmackDown, where then when he returns, he can be on SmackDown with Kevin Owens, then being split up. If Kevin just retained, Jericho staying on Raw. But either way, that was certainly a nice surprise for me to see Jericho get the win a title, but a very unexpected sort of craziness of a surprise to me. I don't know what you guys thought of that. We go with Mark. Mark? I don't know if Mark Rambo is still there, unless he's. And Karen's on the phone, so I guess I'll move on.
Oh! I'm sorry. My volume, my thing wasn't working. Could you repeat the question? My headphones.
On a Jericho Owens match that started off Payback.
Okay. Yes. I actually really enjoyed it. I liked it. I don't know why they gave Chris Jericho a 24-hour title reign. Maybe to end off that little short, I guess, time to have it off with his band in a little bang, I guess. I don't know. But I was expecting Kevin Owens to win that belt back. Didn't know he was going to go to SmackDown, though. That was the thing that kind of had me like, what are they going to do now, knowing that they're both on separate brands? I thought it was cool. I really, 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 really enjoyed that match. The rivalry itself, the storyline itself has been great. I enjoyed it. I remember, just it tracing back from when Jericho was dressing up as a pimp, giving Kevin Owens his own list. I love it, man. I love the whole rivalry. I hope it doesn't die out in a bad way. I hope maybe because Jericho comes back. I don't know. Whatever they're going to do. Excellent match.
Kyron?
I was surprised to see Chris win, even though he's the greatest man that ever lived. I didn't think he would get the W at Payback. But once he did, I thought he'd probably lose the title on SmackDown Tuesday, which he did. And it was sad seeing Jericho go away because this has been the greatest run of his career. But the match itself, I expect nothing less from these two. They had a good match for WrestleMania and a good match here. But one thing I really like is a callback at WrestleMania. When at WrestleMania, we all were there. When Chris hit Kevin with the Cobra, and Kevin got his index finger on the rope. And at Payback, when Kevin got his index finger again on the rope when he was in that wall, Jericho just destroyed his index finger, smashing the steps, stomping on it. I thought that was great storytelling. And Kevin tried to reach out again for the rope with his finger, but he couldn't. Ended up tapping out. I thought that was really good storytelling, a really good spot, and a really good callback too. Because you gotta give as much we crap on the rights, you gotta give credit for that good callback to WrestleMania. And of course, it was a good match, probably one of the best matches of that night.
All right. Well, Austin Aries defeating Neville via disqualification. The Cruiserweight Championship match. Matt Hardy, the Hardy Boys, successfully defending the Raw Tag Team Championships against Cesaro and Sheamus. Cesaro and Sheamus turning heel afterwards. But the next match I really want to get into, Alexa Bliss defeating Bayley to become the new Raw Women's Champion. As I said on Twitter that night, being like a belated birthday gift to me, with Alexa Bliss winning the Raw Women's Championship and being the first woman ever to hold both the SmackDown Live and Raw Women's Championship, as well, a prestige and honor that I thought would be bestowed upon Charlotte Flair, actually, than Alexa Bliss. So I was kind of surprised there. But I want to get your guys' thoughts. Bliss getting the win, actually, in her first title chance over on Monday Night Raw. Mark Rambo.
I was honestly surprised. I guess the myth is true. Vince McMahon does not like, champions winning in their hometown. I was just in awe. I was not expecting Alexa Bliss to win. I was just like, wow, why so soon? I was really, from talking to you guys in the group chat, I was, kind of agreeing on you guys when saying maybe she'll lose the belt, or I don't know, maybe she'll lose to a heel Sasha. I was honestly expecting something like that, possibly. But to Alexa Bliss is like, wow, really? I have nothing against Alexa Bliss. I just feel like listening to news and the rumors, she doesn't have great in-ring chemistry, and to see her hold the belt this soon and a new brand, I mean, you sure you want to do it? Maybe Bailey's gonna win it back like next pay-per-view or something like that. I don't know what they're planning on doing, but I was shocked. I wasn't expecting Alexa Bliss to win that soon. She just came to the brand, or to the Raw brand, so I don't know. It's just awe.
Yeah, that certainly was surprising for sure. I think Kyron's back. Kyron, what are your thoughts on Alexa Bliss winning the Raw Women's Championship?
I might be a little biased because I love both Alexa and Bailey. This may have been my favorite match of the night. Either that or Owens and Jericho. Being in Bailey's hometown, the crowd really helped because I think the crowd was hot for the entire match. And, a crowd can help make a match, turn a match from just okay to good. This was, for me personally, Alexa's best match. I think this is Alexa Bliss's best match since she's been in WWE. And yeah, it was legit. I was shocked when Alexa won. I really thought Bailey was gonna win. I even tweeted about it right after the match. I'm fine with Alexa winning, unless I wanted Bailey to win. But at the same time, like in her hometown, that was probably the most over she's really been in the main roster. I think giving Bailey to win probably wouldn't have hurt anybody, especially because of how good Alexa's character is. But I don't think a loss to Alexa, even in the hometown, really hurts Bailey either. So I'm fine. I was fine with it. It was a good match. So I really didn't have any complaints. I mean, I'm more one of the people who, if you're in your hometown, I want you to go over, especially if you're a babyface. But that's kind of a nitpick, because even if it wasn't in Bailey's hometown, I don't think we'd probably be saying this, but it was still a good match.
Yeah. But I mean, there are other matches. So when I said the Rollins defeating Samoa Joe, Bray Wyatt defeating Randy Orton Horrors match, which showing to me, thought that WWE could have done much better. Trying to do like the deletion stuff like that from TNA and doing their own spin on it. It just did not exceed my expectations of what I thought that type of match was going to be. Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to deliver up a lot better than it did. But the outcome was what it was supposed to be, with Bray Wyatt getting the win over Orton, because it wasn't a title match, and Orton's going to be facing Jinder Mahal at WWE Backlash for the SmackDown pay-per-view coming up. So it was good that Bray got the win at least. Braun Strowman defeating Roman Reigns as well. So I guess just to sum it up, you guys' last thoughts on any of the last matches I brought up, or anything you want to bring up having to do with the WWE Payback before we move on to talk about Raw and SmackDown from this week. Karen.
The House of Horrors match, I thought was terrible. I'll be honest, other than probably Orton burning down the Bray Wyatt's house, the whole feud wasn't good. The match at WrestleMania was my least favorite at WrestleMania, to the point where, despite being in great seats, I literally got up and went to get a cup of water and went to the bathroom during the match. That's how much it was kind of boring me. And last night, they tried to rip off the final deletion. And the thing about me is, much I love the broken gimmick from Matt Hardy, I hated the final deletion. So you ripping off something I already don't like, and you making it worse, doesn't really help your cause that much. I thought Jinder getting involved, it made sense in terms of building up Mahal versus Orton. But at the same time, it makes Bray look weak again. Because even though he won, he needed Jinder Mahal, and I forgot what his two guys' names are, help to beat Randy Orton. Also, how did Orton get, I know it's just storyline, but how in the world did Orton get back there before Bray did? But I'm not going to nitpick stuff like that. What I will talk, but how many times has Bray Wyatt honestly won a main pay-per-view match without any help or any type of Kyrie? Any type of shenanigans. I can only think of when he won the Elimination Chamber and when he beat Daniel Bryan at Royal Rumble back in 2014. So yes, Bray got a W, but at the same time, it wasn't a good W. And in terms of Strowman versus Roman, I loved it. I thought it was good. Braun Strowman's becoming my favorite thing in all of wrestling in WWE right now.
Yep.
Literally, you can't go wrong with this guy. Flipping an ambulance over, breaking the ring, throwing a garbage can off of a stage. Please don't mess this guy up. One thing I love, like Roman, for the flack he gets for not selling, which I think is kind of stupid. He sold those injuries very well. I love how even though he got a spear river, Braun quickly kicked out. Braun hit his running power slam. Roman kicked out, but instead of doing something stupid, Strowman did a running power slam again. I was thinking, thank you. How many times does someone do a finisher, someone kicks out, but they don't go for the finisher again? I thought that was good. And then Strowman attacking Reigns after the match was perfect. When he slammed him on the steps, and when he threw the steps on him, I literally said, not to be sick or twisted or anything, please let him have internal bleeding, because that would just sell it perfectly. And that's what happened. So I like Strowman, how Strowman destroyed Reigns, not because I hate Roman Reigns, but because I like Braun Strowman so much, I don't want him to get ruined in any type of way. He'll probably lose the ambulance match at Extreme Rules, and I'll probably be at that match in person. But right now, Braun Strowman is literally the greatest thing in WWE. And him winning that match is the right call.
All right, Mark Rambo.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Kyron when he says the House of Horror match was god awful. I mean, they've had so much built to it. It was like, oh, like what's this House of Horrors match? What is it? What does it consist of? How is it gonna be panned out? How is it gonna be played out? All this questioning. And the thing that made me mad the most was the fact that Randy Orton pulled up in a limo. I mean, just like, what? It doesn't make sense. How is it supposed to be a House of Horrors match and my dude is pulling up in a limo? I mean, if anything, because you just like walk and it's happening to be a house right there, and then just walk in there, and then there goes Bray, we're coming, like all that other stuff. But my dude pulls up in a limo. A limo. Like, please listen to me when I say a limo. That is what killed the match for me. I just didn't even want to watch it anymore. It was so cringy at that point. It was just like, why am I still watching it? So that match was god awful. I'm going to talk about the Jinder Mahal situation. I like the Jinder Mahal situation. I honestly am rooting for Jinder Mahal. I like to see something different because, you think about it, at some points, who's going to be champion. So there's no reason to even discuss it. Now you have somebody like Jinder Mahal. I mean, one time he was with the thing on his head with Great Khali to 3-man band, back to Jinder Mahal. Now he's quote unquote hard body Mahal, which is kind of weird for me to say considering now. But yeah, I want to see him win. I want to see him do something. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Bollywood boys because I really don't give a fuck about it. But I don't know. I just like to see. I like to see somebody different.
So you're saying you won't go on a Twitter tirade if Jinder Mahal wins the WWE Championship?
Honestly, I don't care who wins because I like Randy and I just want to see somebody different win. But Jinder Mahal, I know Mike can hear me right now, and I know he's probably pissed off at me considering the fact that he likes Randy. But if so happens and they want to do something different, I would not mind Jinder Mahal probably winning it for about 2 weeks. Let's just say 2 weeks and see what he does with the 2 weeks. Maybe he could put it up during some SmackDown main event and lose it. I don't know. I just want to see somebody different and see how they play out with that belt on their waist. I would be completely shocked if Jinder Mahal wins. I mean, beyond shocked, but I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. It'd be something cool.
Yeah, I know, and that's definitely something that I know you will. It's something that I might even do a live reaction to that match, just in case that actually happens. To you, my Raw and real reaction to that if Jinder Mahal does become the new WWE World Champion, defeating Randy Orton, a legend like Randy Orton, future Hall of Famer Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
In that match. I don't know. I know we're already jumping the gun. Don't worry, we'll talk about Raw. But since we're talking about Jinder Mahal, let's just talk about that opening of SmackDown Live with him. With him with the title, taking photos like he is already champion, and Shane McMahon coming up to him like that. I don't know. He didn't look too bad.
See, he doesn't look that bad. You see what I'm talking? He looks like he could fit the role, but it's probably not gonna happen.
If Mike is listening to what you guys are saying right now, he's gonna probably freak out on you guys.
Exactly. He would go completely rampage. Like just go crazy.
He's gonna turn to Braun Strowman. You guys are gonna be James Ellsworth. That's what's gonna happen.
Or you're gonna make Hulk mad. But no, I mean, just right. I mean, and his boy Randy Orton doubling it. So Jinder Mahal becoming the champion by defeating Orton to do so, and however long a run they would have Jinder beating the champion. But that's certainly, I just wanted to bring that up since we are talking about Jinder Mahal so much is certainly interesting and good for Jinder Mahal. So there we go. Our quota for saying Jinder Mahal. But anyways, let's actually talk about Monday Night Raw, the Raw after the pay-per-view, Raw WWE Payback, starting off with Alexa Bliss at her championship coronation and her being straight fire on the mic as she's been. That's why the whole entire reason, obviously. But to me, as a fan, the biggest reason I would think WWE decided to have her win and become the Raw Women's Champion, be the first woman to be SmackDown Champion. I know I don't know about you guys, but I know there are some out there that could care less about those kind of things. But to me, they're big deals because it means WWE has high hopes for her and has her now in a position to shop women in the brand, not just as a champion, but having that prestige of being the first woman to do that. They could have slapped that moniker to anybody, and if they wanted to think that way, rather than have her win last week or at Backlash, and Alexa losing at Payback, Charlotte winning on SmackDown's pay-per-view Backlash, and her being the first woman to do that sort of thing. So if they really wanted to do it that way, that would have been the way to done it. But the fact that they went with Alexa Bliss, I was surprisingly proud, and I didn't, I was actually happy I got my prediction wrong because I didn't predict Alexa Bliss to win, but I'm happy to get that wrong. But that opening segment with all the women there, Alexa, especially when she was dogging on Bailey there, and Bailey with the sad face, pouting over there in the corner, standing there. I thought it was pretty awesome way to open the show. That the women of Raw opened the show just as much as sometimes they closed the show, as we've seen in the past with Charlotte's and Sasha Banks in title matches in the past. So I want to get you guys' thoughts on, and that will start with Mark Ramble. Your thoughts on the opening segment of Monday Night Raw.
Well, Alexa Bliss is being Alexa Bliss. She was like that on Tuesday Night SmackDown. She's going to be like that on Monday Night Raw. She's going to be that annoying, very, very small, little, like, quote-unquote, prick in character mode. I'm sure she's not like that in real life. And she's supposed to do that. I mean, that to her. And I mean, hey, Bailey lost it. She was supposed to defend that belt, and she didn't do it. So, I mean, you can't get mad if Alexa Bliss is gonna, I guess you could say, brag about it. She could do it because she did beat Bailey. Thing is, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a rematch, and I'm pretty sure that they're gonna make Bailey win, and then she's probably gonna carry it to probably couple pay-per-views from now. I mean, I like the segment. I like the way they're going with the women's roster, considering the fact that they're still kind of bringing everybody into it. Considering the fact that Alexa Bliss just came from Tuesday to Monday, and she just did that, it's kind of like, okay, maybe they're adding everybody to the thing, to the whole, I guess you could say, build up of the women's championship. I liked it. I mean, it was an okay segment, but it was a good segment to start off with.
All right, Kyron.
Well, for me, Alexa Bliss is what she lacks in terms of in-ring abilities, and not saying she's a bad wrestler or anything. Just compared to say the Four Horsewomen, maybe Asuka, she's not that level in terms of in-ring work. Mm-hmm. She more than makes up with character and mic skills. Exactly. I think I will argue that Alexa Hill is the best woman on the mic in WWE right now, and that segment Monday just proves that theory. She literally talked down the entire women's division on Raw except for Nia Jax because that was legit. That was pretty funny. She wasn't trying to mess with Nia Jax, but she talked in the whole Raw women's division. And as much as I like her, I'm just thinking, you are such a prick. You're good at it. How many heels are actually good at it nowadays? Because it's not, you don't see a lot of heels getting booed for the right reasons nowadays. Most heels you either boo because you just don't care. Like, you don't see many people getting good heel heat. And while Alexa doesn't always get good heel heat because she doesn't get cheered, she got some good heat over on Raw and the Payback. And I think that worked for her character. And the segment overall was okay. But in terms of spotlighting Alexa Bliss, it was great.
No, I agree. It was certainly entertaining, and as an Alexa Bliss fan, when we were there on Raw, along with Carmella on their SmackDown, I got to see now they have her running with the Roman title. But no matter whether it's just going to be a nice short reign, they have Bayley, being an underdog, find the big bad, heel, and getting the title back. Kind of a redemption story in a way, I guess. However, they said do that moving forward. Still going to enjoy this title reign for Alexa Bliss, and I'm sure there's going to be another one coming down the road. The next big thing I want to talk about here on Monday Night Raw, Dean Ambrose organizing the Intercontinental Championship #1 contender match with The Miz, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor as well. I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head. Miz, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor there. Dean Ambrose pretending that he's calling Kurt Angle to set up this match. Ambrose being awesome being like a backstage reporter like his wife, Renee Young. He's at SmackDown. But he just want to get your guys' thoughts on that segment with those three superstars.
Steve, may I interject really quick?
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Just following, I was just listening to you guys because I'm just here for moral support because I skipped SmackDown and Raw. But talking about Alexa Bliss, I feel like she is literally the most overrated heel in WWE. I feel like she hasn't played the heel card well at all. I feel like she is that annoying little sister you just want to slap the shit out of. You know what I mean? She doesn't have that realistic heel ability like Charlotte has. Charlotte plays it off so well. She's so believable. But Alexa just whines and hits the fucking mat when she doesn't make a pin. It's just annoying. It's like a little child. It's like a little child. You just want to slap and say shut up and go back to your corner. You know what I mean? And Charlotte is the more mature, evil heel. I know she's face now from what I hear. But Alexa Bliss does not sell me on that heel role at all, and I can't believe how many people love her. I mean, good for you. If you love her, you love her. But I feel like she's incredibly, incredibly overrated, and the majority of her heel reign is just her whining. And it saddens me just reading about it. It just saddens me that she is now she's the one they decide to be champion for the first time, both on SmackDown and Raw. Don't get me wrong, I don't even like Bayley. I think Bayley is trash on the microphone, and she's one of the worst wrestlers on the roster.
Whoa!
It's absolutely true. I mean, did you see? Have you seen her finisher? She hugs you, and she slightly puts you on the ground, and she just hugs you on the ground and pins you 1, 2, 3. But Alexa Bliss is completely overrated, and yeah, I just never liked her. She does a cool little gymnastic shit. I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean, congrats on that. But other than that, she's completely overrated. All right, I just want to chime in and just say that because I just couldn't let that not come out.
Says the guy whose favorite wrestler is Randy Orton, a wrestler that's so bland. And by the way,
Randy Orton is not bland, sir.
Yes,
he is the legend killer.
Randy Orton is one of the best in the business.
He's a legend killer.
The legend killer.
I mean, come on, he's literally a legend.
He's a WWE Hall of Famer, sir.
Oh, no doubt in my mind. I respect Randy. I like Randy for his abilities, but especially as a face, Randy Orton is one of the blandest, most boring characters. And here he's interesting, but as a face, Randy Orton never worked for me as a baby face. And even now, and what you say about Alexa Bliss, I agree that Charlotte's more mature. I'll give you that. But I think what Alexa works more is that at times Charlotte can sound robotic, and sometimes she'll get her words out like this sometimes. Alexa, I think she works the silver tongue better in terms of transitioning word to word over Charlotte. Charlotte's great on the mic as a heel, but I think when it comes to getting down to it straight up, I would take Alexa over Charlotte. Charlotte's still better in the ring, especially, but on the mic, I don't think I'd probably take a single woman over Alexa Bliss.
Not a single woman over Alexa Bliss.
Right now.
I don't know. I'll take Sasha Banks.
Oh my goodness gracious! I've heard it all.
I'll take Sasha Banks over Alexa Bliss, bro.
As a babyface, as a heel, yes, but as a babyface, I love Sasha, but I don't. She she doesn't work as a babyface. The boss character works as a heel, not as a babyface. As a heel, I'll give you Sasha, but as a babyface, not so much.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, because Alexa Bliss, she needs major help in that ring. I mean, she doesn't have any chemistry with anybody other than Becky Lynch. I mean, let's just be real. I mean, I've seen some matches where she's completely botched every move that she's ever had in that ring, and people had to make it up for her. So
yeah, and even in
Payback
during that match, there was some moments there where she was kind of lost, and even Baylor looking at her like, "What the heck is going on? What's your problem?" So I attest to that, but I just say that at least on the mic and her heel work being the best in the company as of right now, it's the only one close to her being Charlotte.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Let's be real for a second, though. Let's be real for a second. The only thing that Alexa Bliss has going for her as talent is her bubble butt. That's it.
I wasn't trying to say all that.
Come on, Mike.
I was trying to be very nice, but that was ringing in my head for a little bit. But I wasn't even trying to talk about that.
You have no chill, man. I try to keep those type of comments out of videos. For simple respect, to Alexa Bliss. I mean, I'm not gonna act like that's not a nice butt, but but when you say that's her only talent, then you're sorely mistaken. I disagree with that.
That's fine, man. That's why we all have opinions. If we didn't have opinions, this would be a boring ass discussion.
I agree with you, Steve. Me and Mike. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. That was ringing in my head for a little bit, but I wasn't trying to say it.
Oh, and get the fuck out of here with that Harley Quinn shit. Oh my god, that pissed me off so bad because Suicide Squad comes out. They fucking need to have her look like Harley Quinn and just to amp it up a little bit. Get the fuck out of here.
I love the Harley Quinn outfit. I really did. I liked it.
I hated it. I'm not even gonna. I hated it. It was just such a rip off.
Yeah.
I think she's done those types of outfits before. She's done Freddy Krueger, Iron Man, Wonder Woman, and Harley Quinn. And of all of them, I'll be honest, the Freddy Krueger one and the Harley Quinn one, I really did dig. I like those.
Same here. All right, guys, back to the topic. Dean Ambrose with Finn Balor. Excuse me, with Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Miz there. Number one contender was the main event for Raw. But I want to get your guys' thoughts on just that segment there with Ambrose and his comedy there with everybody there. That segment. We'll start with Mark Rambo.
I enjoyed it, man. I thought that was really, really cool how they kind of added. I just wasn't expecting Dean Ambrose to really put his title on the line. I think it's about time he does it because it was a couple times I forgot that he was even IC champ. Honestly, I thought he was gonna try to play a role in the Universal belt possibly. But when he said, put the title up You know, have a number one contendership match. I was a little shocked. I was a little excited too because it actually brings some type of energy back to the IC title. Because you know when Dean started holding it, I completely forgot about it. It was irrelevant to the point that I didn't even care. Like that's how bad it was. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with it. I have a feeling Finn or The Miz is probably gonna win it back. Because I'm assuming WWE must realize that, you know, hey, Dean Ambrose with this belt is not working. We got to do something about it. I wouldn't mind them giving it back to The Miz, but I don't see that happening. I actually see Finn getting it first, him losing it to The Miz, and then Finn getting the Universal title shot back. But, you know, I enjoyed it. Seth Rollins is definitely going to get the Universal belt, so he's not even in discussion for IC title ship. So, I don't know. I definitely liked it. I enjoyed it.
All right, Kevin.
I'll be completely honest with you. Other than probably the main events of both Raw and SmackDown, I was watching a lot of NBA playoffs, so I missed a lot of Raw and a lot of SmackDown. But I did, because you got this thing on. But I did see both main events, and while I didn't see the segment, I love that triple threat match between Seth, Balor, and Rollins. That was a great match. Miz, Balor, Rollins, sorry. That was a great match to watch. And one thing that, and like I said, we always give the writers, but I'm gonna give them credit for this. They built 3 new feuds in one match. They started off Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor, continuing Miz and Dean Ambrose, and they're continuing Joe and Rollins. That's good storytelling. You have one main event, but you use it to tell 3 different stories.
Yeah, I agree. And definitely with the main event doing that, I kind of like that they went that way because I was wondering where they were going to go there. I'm in that. Anyways, if we're talking about the main event, let's just go there right now. Mark Ramble, what are your thoughts? Your thoughts on how everything went down?
I honestly thought it was really cool, really cool. With Bray Wyatt coming out, really huge shocker. I was just like, wow, you know, I wasn't expecting that. And now I can see Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt actually having a rivalry with one another. I don't see it being long, definitely for sure, but just, you know, it was kind of like, wow, Bray, is he going to be the Universal title picture or is he going to be the IC title picture? But then the thing that really allowed me to accept it was a couple segments before when Kurt Angle came out and then Bray Wyatt came out and introduced himself. I feel like Bray completely killed that promo. I was just like, okay, this dude, you know, coming from Tuesday to Monday, doing his thing. I thought it was crazy, you know, allowing me to introduce myself, you know, and, you know, I don't think we haven't met properly before. I thought it was perfect. So, you know, I like the way it ended. It's the start of something new.
Right, and I guess even though we didn't really talk about every little thing, if there are other things you wanted, either of you wanted to bring up from Raw, welcome to go ahead. Mark, is there anything else extra you want to bring up from Raw?
No.
All right. Kieran?
Not really. Like I said, I didn't really watch a lot of it, so no, I didn't. I'm not much I can talk about. I need to watch that Bray Wyatt and Kurt Angle segment though, because I heard that segment was great, so I need to watch that. I have a DVR and I gotta watch that.
All right, then let's move on to SmackDown. Move on to SmackDown Live. Starting off with the United States Championship picture heating up. There with Shane McMahon starting off the show. Chris Jericho coming out, the new United States champion, and the newest member of SmackDown Live, then AJ Styles coming out. And then Kevin Owens, of course, getting the rematch that night later, or there shortly, there for the U.S. title. So I guess your guys' thoughts on the opening segment of SmackDown Live? There was Shane, AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, and Kevin Owens. Mark?
I loved it. I love it. I like AJ Styles. I always like AJ Styles. It's always going to be that way. I don't care if he's a heel or face. I do not care. I enjoyed the fact that it started on one of the hotter parts of the show, which would be the U.S. title. Considering Randy is busy with gender, we need another storyline now be worth talking about. And now AJ Styles isn't a champion. You have Chris Jericho. You have Kevin Owens. I mean, that is something I really thought was kind of clever to start off with something that was like still on the front of people's minds. I thought the match or the segment was good. I can't wait till Backlash because I have a feeling AJ Styles is going to win. I mean, AJ Styles is great. I hate to ride on his nuts, but you know, AJ Styles is great. But yeah, it was a really cool way to start it off, and it ended really well. SmackDown ended very well, in my opinion.
Mark, when it comes to AJ Styles, you don't have to be ashamed of that because he's the best wrestler in the world. You don't have to say
Oh
that.
yeah, hands down, phenomenal one.
Okay, Karen, your thoughts on the opening segment?
I didn't get to watch it. I only saw the main event. I have SmackDown DVR, so I'll probably rewatch it either the night, or tomorrow. I saw the main event, but that's all I can really talk. Oh yeah, and the stuff with Becky and the women, but those are only two things I saw.
All right, then let's transition over there. Jinder Mahal defeating Sami Zayn. Ty Dillinger defeating Aiden English. And then here, Carmella and Natalya defeating Naomi and Charlotte Flair. And then the issue are happening afterwards. So, Karen, you ran into that. That's the other thing you watched besides the main event. Your thoughts on everything that went down there?
I'm actually kind of interested in what they're doing with the women because in terms of storyline, it makes sense for them to feel this way. Charlotte comes straight over to SmackDown and automatically gets the big push. I would be angry and mad about that myself if I was Carmella, Tamina, and Natalya. And I like how they did try to recruit Becky because Becky, a lot of people want her to turn heel. I think she works. I don't mind her being a heel, but they should right now keep her as the main baby face, like the number one baby face female of SmackDown right now. But trying to recruit Becky made sense and basically telling her, if you're not with us, you're against us. And it looked like Becky was going to join them when she hugged everybody. But seeing her trick James Ellsworth made my day because I cannot stand James Ellsworth.
Hey.
And seeing... No, he's not. And seeing Becky, who's one of my favorites, literally beat him down every chance she gets, especially at WrestleMania when I was there live to see it. It just makes me happy to see it. It's just nice to see. And no, you know, I don't mind seeing anyone just beat up James Ellsworth and honesty. Braun Strowman, AJ Styles, Becky Lynch, doesn't matter to me. As long as that guy gets what's coming to him, I couldn't care less. But I didn't like that segment how Becky, she stood with Charlotte and Naomi, and she did pay the price for it. She got jumped too. And this is obviously going to probably lead to a 6-woman tag match at Backlash, but we're not there yet.
All right, Mark, your thoughts on that match and segment?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna have to kind of like give my opinion on what Kyron just said regarding Becky Lynch and a heel. I honestly will never change my opinion about this. I think that whole Becky Lynch turning heel will never freaking work. If Becky Lynch is strictly a face, she will only be a face. Just the way she is, her being a heel will never happen. It will never go high. It will never work with the crowd. It will never pass. It just won't happen. She will be a face until the end of her WWE career. Unless some type of crazy thing happens, it's just not going to work. I'm never going to take it as serious as I can take, you know, Charlotte being a heel. Some people consider her a heel, some people consider her a face. But she plays her role really good. Becky Lynch plays her role really good as a face. It just is not going to happen. I will never take her serious.
Mark,
yes.
She was the heel at one point in NXT, and that's what kind of got her over. She teamed up with Sasha, and she was a heel, and that was some of her best work, some great work. Granted, she turned face about 2-3 months after that, but her as a heel did work on NXT. But What works in NXT might not always work on the main roster. So
yeah, because I was just about to say that too. Because Bayley, she was a face in NXT and she was just killing it. But now she's coming to the main roster and the same character that she portrayed in NXT is not working on Raw. So I mean, she could be great she could be great in NXT being a heel, but her being a heel in the main roster may not work. It's a bigger crowd, it's a bigger environment, and people look at her differently. But I'm not saying it will, it will never happen and she'll never not transition. But I just don't know if it will get by because they look at her and she's face. Everything on her says face, in my opinion. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the hell the creative team is doing. But I just will never see that happen anytime soon. So, I mean, the main event, I don't know why you guys hate on Ellsworth. Ellsworth is great. He is our next WWE champion. He is going to do great things when he gets to where he needs to be. But I don't know. The main event was cool. It was expected. Tamina, Natalia, Carmella, doing their thing. She's not going to join them. Everything was panned out exactly as it was supposed to be. I don't even know what the hell the trio of consistent Natalia and Carmella and Tamina. I don't even know where the hell that came from. Maybe it's just to put some more women into the storyline because that trio is just not working. But yeah, I thought overall the main event was good. The segment was great. The story wise, they're doing just fine.
Yeah, let's head into the main event of SmackDown Live. Kevin Owens defeating Chris Jericho to win the United States Championship and then attacking him afterward, pretty much, writing Jericho off. It's going to be going on tour with his band. So writing him off in that way. Get you guys' thoughts on the actual main event. Kieran.
It was a great match. It was another good match. Of course it is, because these two can never do anything wrong in the ring. But I want to talk about what happened after the match after Kevin won, when he, pretty nearly broke Jericho's neck with the chair. And then we saw the leave of Jericho. Cry it on, man. It was so sad. It was pretty sad to see, like I call him, the greatest man ever lived, walk away the way he did. I'm never going to stop saying that. So anytime I'm on this show, expect me to call Jericho the greatest man that ever lived.
He's not Austin Aries.
Yeah, Austin Aries can't touch Jericho's greatness. No one can. In terms of character work, no one can touch Jericho. I will continue to call him the greatest man ever lived. Not the GOAT. That's not good enough. He's the greatest man ever lived. And seeing him walk away, it's hard because, like I said, this has been the best run of his, in my personal opinion, this has been the best run of his career. He's reinvented himself so many times, whether coming out dressed like a pimp, like you say, Mark, light up scarf, light up jacket, the list of Jericho, which is the greatest thing ever, and so many catchphrases from stupid idiot to it to drink it in, man. This has been the greatest Chris Jericho ever, and it's hard because 2008's Jericho was pretty good too. But this Jericho is Trump Jericho away in terms of entertainment. So seeing him walk away, on one hand, I love Kevin Owens, but I hate you for what you did. But that's called being a good heel, and we're gonna miss Jericho while he's on tour with Fozzy.
All right, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, nothing much to really say because he said it all. Kevin Owens is being Kevin Owens. He's being the crazy psycho that he is. I mean, he was like that when he first came to the main roster. Chris Jericho is not going to be that long from what I hear. I heard he's coming back, around June. So I mean, it's decent amount of time, but it's not that long compared to the other times that he's been out. Great main event. I enjoyed it. I was expecting it. Like I said, there's no way in hell that he's going to carry the U.S. title and be on the tour for Fozzy. I think what's going to happen is he's going to come back, but I don't think they're going to continue with the Kevin Owens story. I feel like, actually, scratch that. I think they can continue with the Kevin Owens story. It's just how possibly can they do it? Because the way they ended, it's a clear sign that they can keep going as long as they want it to be. But just how exactly will they do it? You know, pan on it 5 months from now, will people still remember Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho? Probably. So it's a good chance they could continue the storyline. But, you know, just I don't think it'll be the right idea. You know, best wishes to Jericho on the tour. Overall, it was a great main event.
You said that people might not, maybe people won't remember this. You know, remember Jericho and Owens. This is you. Maybe it's just me, but I think people remember it specifically only for, if not anything else, the Festival of Friendship segment right before Fastlane. That was, in my personal opinion, one of the greatest segments in Raw history. So I think even if the feud might not always remember as an all-time great, like say Austin and Rock, that one segment will go down in history.
Yeah, you got a point. Definitely. I feel like those two, looking back at it, have done some really, really, really good things as a duo. I mean, you look at this. I mean, it's been an amazing year for Chris Jericho. The list, come on. I mean, that thing took off. At first, it was really just like, it's just not that great. And then just like that, blink of an eye, I mean, everybody is on the list. I mean, for crying out loud, Tom Brady was on the list at one point. I mean, it just took off. And looking at it, maybe considering what they do while Chris Jericho leaves, they can forget about it. But I know for a fact they won't forget about the time that Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens were once, like quote unquote best friends. I'm just saying, as the rivalry, I don't know if they'll exactly remember that. Especially because WrestleMania, I didn't think they had the greatest match, but it was good.
It was good, but it wasn't the match of the night.
Yeah,
it was good. Being there in person, like being in person for WrestleMania helps because what you think about something maybe like while you're watching at home and while you're in the audience is two different things. Otherwise, it would have been a good match either way, but being there and being a part of the audience and the atmosphere helped enhance every match at WrestleMania for me personally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the last people to be on the list before he left being Renee Young and Aiden English. So that before his match when he arrived in SmackDown. So that's pretty much it. We're talking about the shows. Not too much in news besides Charlotte Flair's situation. So if you guys have any news or notes that you want to bring up or that you've been chomping at the bit to talk about, I'll let you guys have the floor with your topic or topics. Mark?
I am all out of news, rumors, and updates, so I'm good.
Kieran?
I don't have any news that any good news to talk about.
Yeah, there really wasn't that much in actual the news cycle, even for me, looking at it, being able to when I have each day. The only one that I found that actually caught my eye or some interest, whether it's true or not, the whole Aiden English crying like a little baby thing on SmackDown Live was supposed to be a shot at Mauro Ranallo.
Oh wow!
So there's that.
And
but
the thing about WWE is, I would not even put that. I would not. I completely believe them doing something like that. And ignoring the fact of how talented Mauro is, and like I said about Charlotte at the beginning of the show, I look at you as a person. I personally am a victim of bullying. I've been bullied before. And there are different ways people handle bullying. Sometimes you can retaliate. Sometimes you have your friends to back you up. Other times you just can try to ignore it. For me, the one that worked for me was, having my friends back me up and just trying to ignore it. But with Mauro, from what I've heard, didn't really have a lot of people backing him up. And you got Jerry Lawler and Booker T kind of defending JBL. And the thing is, if Mauro was the only one that said something like this, I can kind of see it. But this has been going on for a long time. The only person that really fought back on JBL was, from what I heard, Joey Styles. So this isn't like JBL. This is something new with JBL. This has been going on for a while. And the fact that WWE isn't going to do anything about it. They're not. JBL's too. They're gonna keep JBL no matter what because they've known about this. It just took till now to really come out to the limelight. So JBL won't be punished for this, and because of the situation, one of the best, probably the best commentator we've had in a long time is left the company because of JBL being a jerk and bullying.
Yeah, Mark, your thoughts on this rumor or whatever news you want to call it?
Oh well, for starts, I'm gonna say it like this. JBL, if you always do that to some of the reporters, I mean there's a problem right there. Because first of all, some people aren't as strong as they seem. Some people could break down. Some people have, I guess you could say, I don't want to call it a disorder. I guess you could call it a disorder. I do believe Morrow, I don't know how to say his name. Ronaldo. Yeah, didn't he have like bipolar disorder or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bipolar disorder and suffering from depression.
Exactly. So you never know what a person could actually go through, and to kind of pick on them and do the stuff that JBL did. I understand if it was all in good fun, and you told him like, hey man, I didn't mean it like that. But I don't know. I feel like JBL, he knows what he's doing. But he does it because he's been in the business for so long. He has that power. This is just what I'm believing in. I don't know if it's true. It's just my opinion. He knows what he can and can't do, so he'll kind of, I guess you could say, target. I guess you could say new people in the business. Look at Mauro. He was the voice of SmackDown at the time. I mean, that's the first voice you heard on SmackDown after the fireworks hit, after the intro was played. You heard him. Everybody knew him. He was bringing up these modern day topics. He was relatable in a sense that people could understand what he meant. I didn't hear JBL ever say the word lit in the commentary. He was bringing up just lyric. He was just really modern to what people know today, and I feel like kind of take that away from him because of, I guess you could say, it was bullying. It's kind of fucked up. Let's just be real. It was really fucked up. So I don't see JBL getting any type of, I guess you could say, punishment, because he's JBL. He's John Bradshaw Layfield. He's been in WWE for God knows how long. So it's unfortunate on Morrow's behalf. I hope he comes back. If anything, please go to Raw or something. But I don't know. It's sad, but we just gotta keep going.
Mark, you just made a good point saying maybe you could have sent Morrow to Raw. And this, I actually think if you could send him to Raw for Corey Graves. We know Corey Graves. He used to wrestle before he had to retire due to concussion. JBL wouldn't dare try to do anything to Corey Graves. I think that could kind of fix the problem. At the same time, you never know how much about depression can go. It can be very severe to the point where people might try to commit suicide or harm themselves. So I think Morrow leaving the company right now is probably the best thing for him.
There we go. I tell you myself, I agree 100%. That pretty much was the only topic I had beside the Charlotte stuff that we talked at the top of the show. So I thank you guys for being here. I'll let you guys promote yourself before we leave with your last comments and where people can find you on social media and otherwise. We'll start with Garen.
You can find me on YouTube at Kyron Chase, just Kyron Chase. Find me on Twitter at SplashBroKyron. That's where you can. Those are two main places you can always find me. But other than that, I don't really have much to say. My name's Kyron Chase. I'll see you guys later.
Mark.
Okay, so you guys know where to find me. My Twitter is Ramble. The M, the I, and the R are all caps. My Instagram is Live Like Ram. If you guys want to DM me there. any video suggestions, any topic regarding YouTube, regarding WWE, hit me up on there. I will always respond. I'm always on my phone. So there won't be a single time where I don't see the notification pop up. If you guys have Snapchat and you guys are big on Snapchat, just add me on Snapchat. It's a weird name. But it's Cheddar Bob, all that other stuff. But yeah, my YouTube is of course Mark Rambo. If you guys want to subscribe there, you guys are new to this little podcast and enjoy it, make sure you subscribe to Steve's channel first, then you subscribe to everybody else's, because he's the head of the whole thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys stay safe. Be blessed. I'm out.
He's out, but he's still here. Michael, who's been here for support, he's like that a CEO of a company that's coming in one day to see how everybody's doing, making sure shit is running right, and
Just making sure the kids are playing well.
And then when the show's over, he's gonna have some words. But anyways, welcome to let people know where they can find you on Twitter and otherwise.
You can find my, as Kieran says, my no chillness, my no chill ass at Raunchy Mikey on Twitter. And you can find my YouTube at Raunchy Mikey Vids, which, to the dismay of some of you, it's going to be a hell of a lot different. There's probably going to be zero wrestling content on there. It's going to be doing a lot of redesigning there. But yeah, youtube.com/ there you go, baby. Yeah, youtube.com/Raunchy Mikey Vids. And yeah, like Mark said the best, man. Everybody, please subscribe to Steve and please follow him on Twitter. This man holds so many different accounts. This dude works hours and hours and hours, 4 hours and hours and hours on all these things, keeping up every single minute of the day. And he puts out a shit ton of fucking videos on YouTube, which is very interesting, especially his love life, which I'm still interested in. But please, guys, follow this man. He's absolutely amazing. He works his ass off. Once again, thank you, Steve, for having me on. It's been great.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, last night I was doing some prep and doing other things. I went to bed at 1:30 in the morning, so
God damn.
I was making sure to get things done ready for today. I have a video soon I'll have to be putting up. Looking forward to Hotel Transylvania 3 coming out in 2018. I have one also about some video games that I heard about releasing. So, I'll have some videos, other videos coming up. There was that one day, and I'm sure it annoyed people that actually got notifications, where I had 20 videos done in one day because I had to catch up on a TV series that was already to its 19th episode. Last Man Standing on ABC, Fridays, 7 o'clock Central, again on ABC. Check abc.com, ABC Go, to find out in your local market, local area at the time. Therefore, Last Man Standing. Welcome to follow me on all four of my Twitter handles if you wish to. I would preferably like the personal one at Army_strong_06, at WWE_podcast for this show, at Talking_Packers for my NFL show, and at Politics_WI. Here on the YouTube channel, welcome to subscribe. Welcome to like this video, share it. I'm sure I might, I don't know, maybe do a video about the love life situation. I don't know if I will be doing that. We'll see. Then again, I do a video tomorrow night, so that'll be happening. Going to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 in my area, so that'll be fun. Nothing else much for me to say. I hope that everybody has a great rest of your evening, day, otherwise. And I'll be back here tomorrow morning to review Riverdale. Tonight, actually, is going on right now on the CW. Riverdale. Episode 12, finding out who is the killer. They do have one last episode there. So, as always, take care.
Bye. See you.
Peace.